called on President Bola Tinubu to direct the Minister of Finance to ensure full release of the 2024 capital allocation to the security and intelligence sector, emphasizing its crucial role in national security. Chairman of the committee, Ahmed Satumi, made the call during the budget defense session for agencies under the Office of the National Security Advisor. He expressed concern over the inadequate release of funds to some intelligence agencies, noting that while the security sector received a significant allocation, the intelligence subsector remains underfunded, assuring that the committee would explore ways to boost funding for intelligence operations to strengthen national security efforts. Our Minister of Federal Capital, Senator Nyesom Wike, has voiced strong opposition to the creation of state police, citing concerns about the potential misuse of power by state governors. The minister said this during a media chat, arguing that Nigeria's institutions lack the independence necessary to support a state policing system without risking abuse. He therefore warned that implementing state police without proper safeguards could lead to oppressive governance. The Academic Staff Union of Universities Ibadan Zone has urged President Bola Tinubu to protect Nigeria's education landscape from the potential pitfalls of international monetary fund policies. The union, representing prestigious institutions such as the University of Ibadan, University of Ilori, and several others, convened a press conference to voice their concerns regarding the proposed dissolution of the Tertiary Education Trust Fund in favor of a newly suggested National Education and Learning Fund. The proposal, the union said, was part of the 2024 Public Benefit and Taxation Bill, which they claimed posed a significant risk to the future of public education in Nigeria. Now, the Nigerian Medical Association says Joshua Chukwuebeze Ikechukwu, who allegedly shot an operative of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), is not a medical doctor, as claimed on social media, which have implied that the association debunked these claims in a statement signed by its Anambra Branch Secretary Obiali Ifeanyi. Joshua Chukwuebeze, an Anambra resident, had allegedly shot an EFCC officer, which led to various social media posts referring to Ikechukwu as a medical doctor at Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) has announced plans to auction of over 850 cars forfeited to the federal government across various locations in the country. A statement issued by the Commission says that the auction is in line with the EFCC Establishment Act 2004 and the Public Procurement Act 2007 and the Proceeds of Crime Recovery and Management Act 2022. The cars, which range from luxury vehicles to mid-range Toyota Camry, were recovered by the EFCC in the course of its investigation into various financial crimes, including corruption, money laundering, and cybercrime. And now the federal government has appointed Kevin Okana as the acting rector of Maritime Academy of Nigeria, Oron, in Akwa Ibom State. The appointment takes immediate effect following the resignation of the former rector, Commodore Juduja, who retired from the academy. This is contained in a statement released by the head of public affairs of the academy, Domo Omoekpe Hinuyo, stating that the appointment was conveyed in a letter issued by the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy on behalf of the federal government. And our Ogun State as government has begun an intensive rehabilitation of its 8 technical colleges with the aim of turning them into various excellent vocational training centers at standardizing the technical and vocational education in the state. The communication officer of the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project, a World Bank-supported initiative, which is responsible for the funding of the upgrading of the technical colleges, Simbo Olayinka, discloses in a statement, adding that the training is also aimed at equipping the students with industry-relevant skills through the modern machinery and tools. Speaking while inspecting the ongoing rehabilitation works at the Government Science and Technical College in Jebu, the Commissioner for Finance, Dakpo, commended the quality of pace and the pace of the work done so far. The Defense Headquarters has said that troops of Operation Fansariyama has killed terrorist kingpin Bello Turji's son and many of his fighters during the clearance operations. The operations were conducted on the January 17 along the Kagara factory and the Chinedu axis also led to the destruction of the terrorists' logistic base. In a statement by the outgoing Director of Media Operations, Major General Edward Buba, said that Toji's son was killed at the Fakai High ground where the terrorists were hiding. He declared Toji a coward for abandoning his son and fighters during the operations. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria has announced the 2025 Hajj Fair with intending pilgrims from the southern state expected to pay 8.7 million naira, while those from Borno and Adamawa zones will pay 8.3 million naira. The Commission's chairman, Professor Abdullahi Usman, disclosed these in a statement in Abuja, while the Assistant Director of Information and Public Relations, Fatima Usara. Usman, who described the fair as the result of extensive deliberations with the key stakeholders, including the presidency and the state pilgrims boards, pilgrims from the northern zone will pay 8.4 million for the pilgrimage to the Saudi Arabia. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NAMED, says it will unveil its 2025 seasonal climate prediction on February 4, 2025, with the theme the role of early warnings towards the climate-resilient aviation industry for sustainable socio-economic development. In a statement by the agency, it noted that the presentation will provide critical climate and related forecasts for the year in line with its mandate to advise the government and public on weather, climate, and water-related matters. NAMED annually predicts and publishes climatic patterns including rainfall and temperature in the first quarter of each year. Now, speaking about the upcoming event, NAMED's Director General and Chief Executive Officer, Professor Charles Anosike, explained the significance of the document. On our move to Niger State, as death toll from Saturday's petrol tanker explosion has risen to 98, with 69 injured and 20 shops burned to the ground. The figure as of Sunday was 86, with 55 injured, even as there were a lot of concern that many of the injured victims may not survive, given the grave nature of their injury. The Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullahi Hara, gave the latest figure in a statement. Watching the live broadcast of News Cycle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When News Cycle returns, Nigeria Labour Congress fought the fresh petrol price hike, says federal government insensitive, we shall bring you those details as well as that of business, foreign, and sports stories right after this break. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us here on News Cycle. And now the Nigeria Labour Congress has frowned on the recent hike in the pump prices of premium motor spirit, public called petrol, describing it as a height of insensitivity against the masses. A senior NLC official disclosed this in a separate interview as all marketers refuted being blamed for the recent hike in the PMS prices nationwide. Now, similarly, the Dangote Petroleum Refinery also said that the rise in the petrol price was not from the 20 billion Lekki BESS plant, but due to an increase in the cost of crude oil, the major component for refined petroleum products. And about the business, hearing in a suit filed by Dangote Petroleum Refinery and the Prochemicals over a bid to stop issuance of oil import licenses to some oil marketing companies so far the setback at the Federal High Court here in Abuja. The matter, which was scheduled for hearing before Justice Inyang Akwal, could not proceed due to the delay by Dangote Refinery to serve its amended originating summons on the defendant. Now recall that Dangote Refinery had sued the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited as first and second defendants. Now the oil company, through its lawyer Ogu Onoja, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, prayed the courts to nullify the import licenses issued by NMDRPA and to the NMPCO and the 5 other companies to import refined petroleum products and declare that violated Section 317(8) and 9 of the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA. The Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, in collaboration with stakeholders, have vowed to review its operation standards to avert explosions resulting from petrol tanker accidents. Now, the Health, Safety, Environment and Community Leader and Community Chief Executive Officer Farouk Ahmed added there should be proper safety measures in place for response when there is an accident. Executive Director Mustafa Lambari, who represented him, said the authority will work out stakeholders to review standards of the operations. The Nigerian equity market experienced a loss last week, shedding 1.45 trillion naira in the market capitalization. The all-share index fell by 2.94%, closing the week at over 102,355.68 points, while the market capitalization also dropped by 2.26% to over 62.85 trillion naira. A total of 2.252 billion naira shares valued at 58.83 billion naira were traded in the 63,657 deals, a decrease compared to the 4.698 billion naira shares worth 85.4 billion traded in the 72,562 deals in the previous week. Bitcoin hits a record high above the 109,000 as Donald Trump, who has signaled plans to deregulate the cryptocurrency sector, prepares to be sworn in as U.S. president. Bitcoin surged to reach all-time peak at over $109,241,000 ahead of the Trump's inauguration ceremony before falling back to $107,765 at around 1740. Now, the world's biggest cryptocurrency has soared since Trump won the presidential election in November, with the Bitcoin surpassing $100,000 for the first time in early December. And now to the foreign scene, we begin from the United States, as President-elect Donald Trump has been sworn into office, and he said he would implement anti-immigration measures from day one of his second term in office. He said this on the eve of his inauguration in Washington, adding that all the illegal border trespassers will in some form or another be on the way back home. While there's been a rise in the crime in some areas of the United States, experts attribute these to the complex socio-political causes. French Prime Minister François Bayrou has warned that France and Europe risk being dominated, crushed and marginalized if they fail to counter the policies of United States President Donald Trump ahead. And our Bayrou further noted that Trump's inauguration forces Europe to confront its responsibilities. He also referred to the power of China as a critical factor in the global geopolitics. United Kingdom Prime Minister Keir Starmer has congratulated U.S. President Donald Trump, expressing confidence that a special relationship between the two nations will continue to flourish for years to come. Starmer paid tribute to the depth of friendship between the 47th president and the UK and pledged to continue to work together to ensure the success of both countries and deliver the people on both sides of the Atlantic. Now move to South Korea, as the impeached president had his mugshot taken and underwent a physical check before spending his first night in jail as a criminal suspect. Yoon was arrested in the Dawn raid, becoming the first sitting South Korean head of state to be detained in a criminal probe on insurrection charges over his budget declaration of martial law. According to Shin Hong, Commissioner General of the Korea Correctional Service, Young was given a 12-square-meter cell at a Seoul Detention Center in Oweon after the court approved his formal arrest warrant on Sunday, citing concerns it will destroy evidence. An high-fragile ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war is held following the dramatic exchange of the 3 hostages for 90 Palestinian prisoners in an agreement aimed at ending more than 15 months of war here in Gaza. Now, the 3 hostages released on Sunday, all women, were reunited with their families and taken to hospital in central Israel, where a doctor said they were in a stable condition. And hours later, in Israeli-occupied West Bank, Palestinian prisoners released by Israel left off a prison and buses, with jubilant crowds celebrating their arrival. Now, as the ceasefire took effect, thousands of displaced weary Palestinians set off across the devastated Gaza Strip to return home. And I'll move over to the sport news. The Nigeria Football Federation has set in motion concrete plans to organize a 4-month CAF B licensed coaching course that is designed to enhance the capacity of Nigerian coaches and prepare them for current and future challenges. The NFF Technical Director Coach Augustine Ogweven said that the course is part of the NFF strategic effort to build the capacity of coaches across the country and will be done in modules. FC Porto announced the dismissal of Vitor Bruno, making him the third coach to be sacked by one of the Portugal's three main clubs this season. The 42-year-old took over from the new AC Milan boss Sergio in a close season, but was dismissed after Porto lost ground in the title race following the back-to-back league defeats this month. The Sunday 3-1 away loss to the Juve marked Porto's third consecutive defeat in all competition. They had also been beaten by the Sporting Lisbon in the semi-finals of the League Cup on January 7. Record 31 Copa del Rey winners Barcelona will face Valencia in the quarterfinals after they were paired in Monday's draw. The Spanish and European champions Real Madrid traveled to neighbors Leganes with Atletico Madrid host the Getafe in another capital derby clash. Now Barcelona trumped the Real Betis 5-1 in the last 16 to progress to the last 8 and face the lowest share in the repeat of the 2019 final, which Valencia won 2-1, and the Real Sociedad welcome Osasuna in another match with the quarterfinals to play between the February 4th and 6th. In the world of tennis, Novak was at the center of another Australian Open draw while defending the champion, which had needed medical attention the fierce hits to battle into the quarterfinals. But American teenage qualifier Lena run is over after he suffered a third problem in the 4-set defeat to the Italy's Lorenzo. And now with the temperatures rising above 30 degrees Celsius for a second successive day, Ukraine's Elena beat Veronica, then declined to shake the Russian's hand. And that's the package on Global Television News Cycle. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365, Start Times channel 276, and free to air Nikon Sat. You can follow us on social media platform at Global TV NG. On behalf of the entire production team, we say thank you for joining us on News Cycle. My name is Adika Michael. See you again.